Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Force Feed. Here at the Force Feed, I'll be keeping you up to date on all recent gaming news and announcements and sharing with you my thoughts and opinions on them. Today is Tuesday, November 15th, 2011, and let's just jump into today's gaming news. Fans of Dungeon Defenders have two very new and exciting things to look forward to. The recent release of the software development kit is going to allow modders to change anything they want about the game. Now what this is going to allow is changes, iterations, and improvements to Dungeon Defenders to come out much more quickly than they would otherwise. My question for you guys is, do you play Dungeon Defenders? Are you a fan of the game? And if so, what changes and improvements are you hoping to see from the modding community? In addition to that, the pre-alpha pass has just come out. With it, players are going to be able to take a look at the 16-player capture the flag mode of the game. That is insane. Looking forward to taking a look at that. In and of itself, the game is pretty fun, and the fact that they're adding a 16-player CTF mode, I think is going to be pretty nuts and a lot of fun as well, and that's something that I am also looking forward to testing out. Would you like to get Zelda Skyward Sword a day before your friends? You've got a great opportunity to do so. All you need to do is head on over to the Nintendo World Store at Rockefeller Center on Saturday, November 19th. That is this upcoming Saturday. This is going to be a day early launch party, and with it, you're having an opportunity to actually purchase the game a day early. In addition to that, there are going to be all sorts of Zelda-related festivities, and you can geek it out with other Zelda fans, other fans of the franchise. This is a really awesome event, and I'm happy that Nintendo's putting it on. My only issue with it is the fact that it is dependent on where you live, whether or not you can actually likely attend the event, but obviously they can't hold something like this everywhere, and the fact that they're doing it regardless is pretty awesome. This is the type of thing that I would like to see from more companies, just basically helping build the community and building excitement and anticipation for the game. Midnight launches are cool, but day early launch events, much cooler. Assassin's Creed, just released today, is already scheduled for DLC. This is crazy. I don't understand this at all, and it's something that's actually a little bit frustrating to me. Let me tell you why. There's DLC scheduled for mid-December. I believe it's the 13th. I think it's something like that. Yeah, December 13th is when DLC is scheduled. With it, you're going to be able to purchase new multiplayer characters. My issue with DLC coming so hot off the heels of a game's release, I mean, literally the game was released today, and they just announced DLC. My issue with this is that why isn't this making it into the game itself? Why are we waiting a month and having to purchase this? Obviously, this is something that was developed with the initial, initial launch of the game, and you're just deciding to release it later so you can get extra money. I understand the developers are doing all sorts of things to get extra forms of income, such as DLC and microtransactions and all sorts of things like that. I mean, this is very prevalent in the gaming industry now, but having something that's ready for launch and releasing it a month later and announcing it the day it comes out kind of frustrates me. I don't think it's really the coolest thing, specifically meaning that I take issue with the fact that it seems to kind of be taking advantage of the player base and being like, hey, play the game, and then a month from now you can buy some more stuff for it. Even though we could have put it in the game for release, we decided to hold off on it. Major content patches and stuff like that, I agree, and I'm okay with that for DLC, but stuff like new multiplayer characters, and again, announcing it the day it's released, kind of frustrates me. Maybe they should have waited a few weeks, and I don't think I would have been upset. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's okay to release a game, announce DLC right away, and then a month or so later give DLC for it? Or should that stuff be in the game in the first place? What do you think? And lastly, in gaming news, we will be mentioning South Korea's shutdown law. If you don't know what this is, basically what's happening is that in South Korea, anyone under the age of 16 is not allowed to play online games for a 6-hour scheduled period at night. Basically, this is supposed to in line with when people are typically supposed to be asleep. And again, keep in mind, this is for gamers under the age of 16. Now, this is going to be dependent on if you register and if you put in your correct age. But basically, if you have an age entered in PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, or any online games under the age of 16, you will be unable to log online during a designated 6-hour period in the evenings. Now, politics aside, seems kind of wrong, does it not? I take issue with this personally. I do not think that this is a good way to handle a situation like this. If people are worried about what the youth is doing in terms of gaming in the late evenings, they should take a look at the parents and the community and how people are being raised. And this is a whole separate issue, but as gamers, I feel like this is something that affects me. I mean, I was under the age of 16 at one point, and I stayed up pretty late playing games. Had I been banned from doing so, that would have been very frustrating. And the fact that this is still going on in the day and age that we live in, I mean, there's many more worse things going on, but it's just kind of specifically looking at this. I find it kind of frustrating. I think it's kind of wrong. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it. Maybe there is some sort of a movement or a petition or something going on. But if there's a petition, I would like to sign it, in all honesty. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's okay that this is happening? The reason we're mentioning it is because the PlayStation Network did recently announce that they will be joining the movement in addition to the online games as well as Xbox Live. And again, only for the people under the age of 16 and only for a set period of time at night, but still limiting freedom, limiting the ability to play these games. I mean, who knows what kind of circumstances are going on, and why are we shutting down the option rather than looking at parenting, and why is it even that big of an issue? I'm a little perplexed. I'm not all that happy about it. What do you guys think? And lastly, of course, I will be leaving you guys with a question. This is going to specifically relate to our last topic. This is taking place in South Korea, the 6-hour block chunk of time shutdown for people under the age of 16. Now, how would you guys feel if this was taking place elsewhere in the world? And what if there wasn't a age 16 restriction? Well, let's just pretend that here in the good old USA, there was a 6-hour window of time in the evenings where all online gaming was prohibited. How would you feel about that? How would you respond? And what do you think about it? That's going to be the question for today, and that's going to wrap it up for today's episode of the Force Feed. Stay tuned throughout the rest of the week for more up-to-date information and news and announcements in the gaming industry and my thoughts and opinions on them. And of course, as always, I'll be asking you guys what you think. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed.